be off the air, but
Popping
Yeah,
bottles.
pop it, Fitz.
Twisty.
Oh,
I'm just going to go out and say it. Joey Chestnut has to be on the pub.
Has to
Not
be.
Pub more.
Has
I mean,
to be.
Has to be.
Dramatic, man. That was a journey.
Fitzmagic in September is like one of the hottest athletes in the world.
so you want to talk about putting a team on your back? Luka is Larry Bird reincarnated. This man might get it done.
Game of baseball, but it has different rules that go along with it that kind of go behind our underlying theme of getting fans involved, keeping fans.
if I catch it
interested.
in my beer, does that still count?
10 seconds.
What is going on? Welcome to episode 105 of Pub Sports Talk. We got the sip of death queen herself. Jay Gray is in the building. Pastor Fitzsimmons, pour some up for you, brother. And the doctor, Tim Farner, is here, baby. It's about to be one hell of a time. Shout out to our boy Devin, playing a little softball right now. Hopefully brings home the ship. And Matt, well, we know Matt's probably boozing somewhere. So shout out to Matt. I know you think. Anyways, we're not going to touch it. Anyways, Matt must be feeling really, really, really good because all of us here took the Canes and our hearts broke last night with Game 7. I feel like anything that could have went wrong, and we're going to start with the NHL today. You guys good with that?
hell yeah.
All right. You know, speaking of the game, it was just tough. You know, our second string goalie goes down. We had to play a rookie third string. It was just a rough night. But anyways, Rangers take down the Canes 4-3 in Game 7. We already talked about Lightning sweeping the Panthers last week. Oilers took down Calgary 4-1. I thought the Flames were going to be hot. Tim, you called it. Oil up, baby, you and Matt. And St. Louis Avalanche, better series than I thought. I thought maybe Avalanche could sweep them, but St. Louis is a pretty scrappy bunch. What's our thoughts on any of these past games for us?
I suck.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
talk about our
terrible
picks here in a
this year.
second.
It's
Yeah,
because I don't have my F and Habs to carry me through it.
that was something you could hit your horse to last year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was at Harris Cherokee Casino in lovely Western North Carolina, but I took the Canes in Game 7 at home. I was feeling confident, and clearly the Canes, their weakness this year was defending the power play. I mean, they getting themselves into that situation in the first place, but then just letting up goals in the power play, just killer. And then their inability to score when they had the numbers in their favor, but that they wouldn't score when they had the power play. So, yeah, it's just very weird. Canes obviously a good season, defensively sound. And, yeah, I mean, Rangers rightly deserved. They stole one in PNC where people have been struggling. So, yeah, Rangers, this is not a gimme for the Lightning by any means.
No, that's a scrappy khaki wearing. I don't know where I was going with that. Just a scrappy bunch, man. Igor between the pipes, lights out goalie. One of some of the best goaltending I've seen.
Yeah, he had a great series.
Yeah, I mean, the Canes towards the end of the series, they drifted for sure for the points that Fitz said. I don't think it's said enough how great of a series Igor had. And I mean, you look at the shots we had on net, like we were pounding the net here for Game 5 through 7. And granted, we got in trouble with power plays. But gosh, like Igor was playing lights out, and I got to give it to the Rangers. Their defense is, I mean, it's pretty smothering. Like Canes all season, they've had great puck control, and the Rangers just strapped it up, and they just laid it to them. And it goes on the back of Igor. Now, I don't know how he's going to fare with Tampa. I mean, Tampa is like, in my eyes, Tampa is the mirror image of like the Avalanche in the West. Like they're both just fast paced and punishing. So it'll be a great series. I mean, I hate it for the Canes, but I know Matt's got to be soiling himself right now.
I mean, the bloke doesn't even watch hockey and decides, hey, I'm picking the Rangers.
Jeez.
Ever. And, Jay Gray, I don't want to throw you under the bus here, but when I saw you pick the Canes, I was like, oh no, this could be bad.
Yeah, instead of my sip of death where I choose my upset picks, I think hockey is just automatically the kiss of death. So I will be picking last in our pick'ems, so none of you can change your picks. And I've already written mine down.
Here we go.
I will show you the paper. But following up, so the Rangers, they played their heart and souls into it. It was really a fun series to watch. And I'm honestly, playoffs everywhere in the past few weeks have just been incredible to watch. Like just straight competition, all heart, leaving everything on the floor. And I've loved it. Now, because they went to 7, they might be a little bit more beaten up. But maybe some of the Lightning's players are a little stiff. You never know.
Play a little too much golf, throw the back out.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
No, this is going to be exciting. I'm really excited to dive into this Western Conference, the Western Finals and the Eastern Finals. Any other thing we want to talk about last rounds?
Marchand had hip surgery a few weeks ago. He's going to be out 6 months.
Yeah, rough, brutal. Especially he's kind of getting up there in age a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it might take him a little extra long. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting up there. So he'll probably take the full 6 months. I don't see him coming back in 2022.
And there's no need.
No.
They're good enough to win a couple games without him staying in the hunt.
Yeah.
Well, let's move into our picks. It is all tied up, a three-way tie. I go from perfect to 50% in round 2. Tim, you came out swinging. You picked the Oilers. That was a difference maker there. Matt going perfect. Slate getting 1. Fitz getting 3 out of 4. And Jay Gray, just that kiss of death, which is it's all over the place. But that's all right. So, finals. We got the Avalanche Oilers. Avalanche is the favorite at -275. If you look at this matchup, Oilers should not be here. Yet here they are. Avalanche has been one of the best teams in the league. Like Tim said, they're just ferociously fast, aggressive, and they're putting the puck in the net. On the other side, Eastern Finals, you get Lightning, Rangers. Lightning trying to go back to back to back and get that three-peat boat parade. Rangers, like we talked about, scrappy butt. So we're excited to see what they're going to do. Without further ado, let's do our picks. I know Matt's not on here, so we're going to start with Matt, though. He sent me his picks. You know he's taking the Rangers. He has sold his soul to the New York Devil. He's going for it. Then you have his catchphrase, oil up, baby. He's picking the Oilers. He thinks
man.
huge. He's picking back-to-back upsets.
Yeah, put some money down on that, Matt. You can't-
Yeah. Wow.
Make some big money. Tim, you want to go or you want me to go?
I'll go ahead. I just got to pick logic at this point. I'm going Avalanche and I'm going Tampa. My heart wants the Rangers because, if the Canes go down, I want them to go down to the champs. But, yeah, I just don't see either team losing. And I don't know. I think it's going to be Avalanche and Tampa.
Yeah. Like you said, you want to lose to the champs. To play devil's advocate here, Rangers are 3-0 on Lightning in regular season this year. Regular season playoff hockey is a little different. I'm taking the Avs and Tampa. I want another boat parade. I want a boat parade, damn it. I want to go down there with Smack Apparel, our boys, and just throw a rager down there.
And it's hard not to take. Yeah,
Yep.
It's hard not to take Colorado, Tampa. I mean, I think that's the Stanley Cup everyone wants to see. It's the best team in the regular season against the team that's trying to three-peat. But I said a few weeks ago, I think the team that could spoil the party is Edmonton. I think Connor McDavid, he's arrived. He's going to be the face of hockey, I think. And you know what? I need a point. So I will call my shot and I will copy Matt on Oil Up. Give me Edmonton, Tampa.
Yeah, McDavid, dude. I don't want to put too much pressure on the young man, but he's quickly approaching that, hey, Ovechkin, Crosby, young cat conversation like they were when they were young. I don't want to put that pressure on him. But
yeah, and I think Oilers,
phenomenal.
I think they actually provide the pressure. I think that they can be similar to Colorado in the sense that they can turn it into a track meet. Whereas I think the Rangers Tampa Bay is a great goalie matchup. The difference with that is Tampa's more offense, New York's more defense, but they both have great goalies. So, yeah, it'll just be interesting.
No, exactly. And hey, shout out to our boy Vinny, the most New York name I could think of here from the Rangers District. We hooked up on Instagram, so go give his page a follow, Rangers District. You know he's picking the Rangers. You want to know who our picks were. So, Vinny, thanks for tuning in, brother. Devin is saying, hey, let's oil up, baby, and let's throw a boat parade. He's picking Edmonton and Tampa.
Okay.
Jay Gray, the kiss of death.
Kiss of death. Kiss of death. So I have so many friends that live in Denver. I have seen them rage and rage and rage about the Avalanche, going to all these games, all this stuff. But the Avalanche have this thing that they do, which is called choking. I'm going to take the Oilers and the Lightning.
Nice.
Oh.
Oilers and the Lightning. I think the Lightning are too tough to beat. They've proven that they can win on the road, with their sweep. And yeah, I just think the Avalanche are going to choke like they do every year.
That's not a bad take. And Jay Gray, I know you had a rough May in picks.
Thank you.
But it's about to be a new month. It's about to be June. And
I did not
month.
have a rough May.
You did.
I picked the PGA champion. Thank you very much.
All right. How about hockey picks? You've had a rough month.
I have had a rough month. But all of my losers in the first round lost in 7. Every single one of them lost in 7.
That is true. That is true. Second round, not so much. But
No.
yeah, I like your picks.
Thank you.
Minus Oil Up, but we'll see. Tim, it could come down to you and me again. And that cup's coming home to me.
That's what I think it's going to just be sitting up there for a good while, right next to BB-8, my R2 droid.
Never that.
Yep.
Hey, Vinny's calling his shot. He's picking Rangers versus Avalanche. Avalanche in 6. He's going against his team. Vinny. I have the New York faithful upset at you, but I like it. All right. Now, let's move into the other championship going on. We are in the finals. It's set. Celtics. B, stand up, baby. I love it. Going against the Golden State Warriors. Jay Gray, you're feeling some type of way about it along with me. It's going to be one hell of a series. Before we get to the finals, let's talk about the Western and Eastern finals. Warriors took care of the Mavs 4-1. We had our intro. Fitz, you said Luka's reincarnation of Bird. We talked about last week. It was tough. He was outmanned there, outgunned. Not much you can do there.
I didn't see much effort in, I think it was game 5. Saw some, what did it say, lackadaisical? Saw some lackadaisical effort from Luka, which was not Larry Bird-esque. So I was very disappointed by that.
No good Larry Bird. Heat Celtics did not disappoint whatsoever going to game 7. Coming down to the wire pretty much. Jimmy Butler had a chance to be a hero in Miami and get a street named after him and missed a 3. I'm not mad at him for taking that 3. I thought it was a good look, good opportunity. Why not? Either you go out as a hero, you die as a hero. I don't hate him for that. But one hell of a series. Any thoughts about the Western Eastern Finals?
As far as the East goes, very surprised that he won game 6. And that's where, if he wants to ridicule Jimmy Butler in game 7, to win in Boston game 6 and put on the performance Jimmy did, it was one of the better playoff, just one of the better playoff performances. So disappointing because I wanted them to pull it off and win at home. But hey, if you can't win at home, that's a problem. And the Heat just did not play well at home in this series. So yeah, it's just very, very interesting. And then I've got some thoughts just because Boston gets to host Golden State, which just adds a little bit more question marks around the finals, but we'll get there.
For sure. Tim, Jay?
Who decides home court in is it record or do they do something with that blowout that is the All-Star game?
I don't think they'd use All-Star.
Well,
I
they
think it's his
should.
record. And they should, right?
They should because the All-Star game is trash.
Yeah.
But I regress. Okay, cool. So yeah, if Golden State's got 4 home games and Boston has 3, I think it's really hard for Boston to go across the entire country and win. I hope they prove me wrong. I really do. If they can steal one of these first 2 games at in Golden State in San Francisco, I mean, obviously I want Boston to win, but I think they have a better chance of winning. It'll be really interesting to see Golden State play in Boston because they don't necessarily get into environments that are as hardcore and are as dedicated as those Eastern Conference teams where you have the 76ers and Boston and the Knicks, with those diehard years old fan bases that aren't going to let you go. So it'll be really interesting. Golden State has something like 16 championships among their team. Boston has 0. Boston with first-year head coach getting here. I love it. The last 3 first-year head coaches have gone, I think, 2-1 in their first championship, with the latest being the guy in Toronto, whatever his name was. So first-year head coaches have a good track record. So I'm really hoping it's a fun series. I'm really hoping it goes to game 6, game 7. I don't want to see a blowout on either side. But it's going to be a good one to watch. Some tough nose playing and some sharp shooting. It should be a good one.
Yeah, exactly. Tim, what you got laid on us?
Yeah, Jay Gray, that was perfect. It's going to be just a fun series to watch. I want to backtrack though a little bit. Jimmy Butler, when is this guy going to get there? So I look back at the bubble and then I look back at this series and there hasn't really been a regression with Jimmy Butler that I mean, at least an obvious one that I can tell. Each time he's gotten a little further, the guy has this crazy drive. I'm curious just to see next year and the year after, if we're going to be talking about Jimmy making that shot or putting it away in 6, or I don't know. I feel for the guy though, because I think he literally played every single minute or all but 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The guy really just let it all out. So if he keeps trending the way he is, he's going to be there next year, the year after. He hasn't hit that peak where he's going down. So just another side thought. We might be talking about Jimmy again in a year or so.
Yeah. I thought the Heat, I really thought this was their year and they just did not perform. And part of it, Tyler Hero getting hurt killed him. That was so detrimental to what they try to do. And now I'm looking at it is Jimmy Butler going to be the next super team? Is he going to combine with Luka? And are they going to pull in somebody? Just because I felt like watching both these series, the Mavs are good, but Luka's in a next stratosphere. And the same with Jimmy. It's the Heat were good, and Bam played well, and some of the other guys were okay. Kyle Lowry did not play super well. And Jimmy was just in a different stratosphere. And it was just I'm with you, Tim. It's when is he going to get there? And he needs help. And it's weird because I didn't think he needed help. I was he's got it. He's got all the pieces he needs that maybe they're not he doesn't have a number 2 maybe, but he's got a solid rotation around him. But I don't know, that wasn't enough for a team playing like Boston.
And I think the Heat, like where you were always high on them, I was like, they're 1 year away. They're one missing piece away. They're something they need one extra little kick in the gear. Just one something extra, whether it's Tyler Hero growing up a little bit more, whether it's Bam just really putting on a clinic every single game, day in and day out. Jimmy, he's like you said, he's on another stratosphere. Like Jimmy is locked in, he's ready to go, and you can hit your horse to him for a couple more years here. He's a title's coming home with Jimmy one way or another. Vinny suggests why not Embiid to Miami? We know they have a somewhat connection when they were in Philadelphia. That's a great piece. It gives Bam a little extra breathing room down there. You get two of the best big men in the league, question mark. Damn, that
Man.
could be the missing link they need.
It's gotta be tough to be a Sixers fan, but that would be heartbreaking.
Poor Amy. Poor Amy. Yeah, one more thing is before you guys make your pick, just to rattle around with it, the last, I think, 4 championships, whoever knocked Jimmy Butler out won the championship.
That is
And
true.
Kansas won in 2008. They win again in 2022. Boston last won in 2008.
That's right, Jay. I mentioned that a couple weeks ago. I'm a little mad that you brought that up. I was hoping to keep that secret close to me, but I
Sorry.
love it. All right, let's talk about the finals. Tatum, Curry, Celtics, Warriors, going to be a bloodbath. Warriors are the favorite, yet Celtics have home court advantage. Who we taking? Fitz, you're a
So
big basketball guy.
here's the thing is I know I just talked about how Jimmy needs help and he needs another big name. Boston, you would be like, who are their big names? And it's like Jason Tatum. Is that it? Is it Tatum?
You got Brown,
Brown.
Smart, but they're not like
But I'm saying,
they're not top 10 in the league.
And here's the thing, though, is what I wanted from Miami, where I was like, they've got some great pieces, and they may not be, top guys. They're well-rounded as a team, and they're gonna be deep. And I think the script really flipped on me. It's Boston, like they are that team. And I have a little like Tim. I kind of see 2004 Detroit Pistons. Like I see a team that's just like playing sound basketball. And now they're going against, like Pistons had to go against the Lakers. And it's like, oh, well, just give it to Kobe, like it's his. And I don't know. I think it's going to be a good series. And I actually misspoke earlier. I thought it was in Boston, but Golden State, I did see that they're hosting, which is weird. So that's, if it was in the Garden, I would definitely take Boston. I don't know though. I feel like Steph's going to get back on the mountaintop. I think that's what's supposed to happen. And I'm really torn. I can't make a choice. I wish it was in Boston. It would just make it that much easier. I think it's a great series. And I think Steph steals it. Like I think it turns like maybe it's even 3-2 Boston. Like it's 3-2 Boston after 5 and everyone's like, Boston won away, and Steph just shuts that door. So yeah, I'll take Golden State in 7.
Okay, I like it. And Fitz, you are absolutely correct. I misspoke. I said Celtics have home court advantage. It's the Warriors. It's my fault.
Wow, I think Fitz is the only person to reference the 2004 Pistons other than myself. Wow.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on.
Thank you, Evan. That brightened my evening.
Well, I don't tie it into every single sports analogy, but when I see a correlation, I'll name it.
Yeah, we're talking about the World Cup. Let me tell you about Ben Wallace.
Don't even get me started on Ben Wallace.
He's gonna go from 6 to midnight real quick.
Too late. I think I like what the Celtics have done, and I like the team and the core they're building here. But in this situation, I have to lean on experience and put my money there. This coach has been here several times. These core players for the Warriors have been here several times. There are going to be, I think, 2 maybe 3 key instances that after all this is said and done, we can look at and say that was a learning experience for the Celtics young bucks there. Like they, and you can point to experience. And I think it's going to be, actually, I think it's going to be done in 6. I think Golden State's going to put it away. So give me the Warriors.
Let's kiss of death.
Celtics.
I like it. It's nice and simple. I didn't have any doubt you would go Celtics there. You know, like Jay Gray said, 2008, Kansas wins Natty. Celtics bring home the world championship. Fast forward this year, Kansas brings home the Natty. Celtics bringing home the world championship. I am sold on that fact alone, much less when you add just the dog and just the scrappiness and fight of these young Celtics. Marcus Smart going on the old man, the 3 JJ Redick's podcast the other day, and he was like, hey, this is the Celtics revenge tour. 2018, we would have whooped the shit out of Golden State, but Cleveland beat us. This year, it's our year. I'm like, I'm sold on that. He's got some dog in him, some fight. I would not want to see Marcus Smart in the paint, much less a back alley. Give me the Celtics.
I also got to say this. I was just curious. I was thinking, what is the Boston Celtics finals record? They are basically 17-4 when they reach the finals.
Yeah.
So historic Boston. It's just weird, like when you think. So Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Jason Tatum, Al Horford. It's like, are they just gonna join that great list of Celtics champions? And I can see it. I mean, it's gonna be a grind. But again, that's where I'm like, Tim, homage to the 04 Pistons is this could be the blue collar group to just join the club. So I don't know.
Yeah. And what is that story? Playoff Al. Al getting a ring finally. That'd be nice. Vinny, our boy, he's taking Celtics in 6. He's got a thing for the game 6s. I'm here for it. Getting it in the Garden, Boston. Ho ho. Little lucky leprechaun there. I'm here for it. All right. Now, MVP of the finals, sponsored by Smack Apparel. Go ahead. Use our link on Instagram. Get all the wonderful discounts. I think it's 20% off. They've got shirts for all different sports, college, football, soccer, baseball, college. They've got you covered. Go check them out. Go to our Instagram, Pub Sports Talk, and click the link. You won't regret it. 20% off. Some amazing products. Now, let's make our MVPs pick. So, 4 front runners: Steph Curry plus 110, Tatum plus 170, then Jaylen Brown plus 1100, and the other splash bro, Klay Thomas at plus 1500.
Thompson.
Who's your alls?
Who the
I
hell is
know.
Klay Thomas?
I know. I don't have a whole.
Reincarnation of Isaiah.
Yeah. All right. So who's our pick for Finals MVP?
I'm going with the old saying, defense wins championships. Marcus Smart.
Oh,
Not even on there.
that'd be great.
Yo, he is a huge
Wouldn't that be
underdog.
awesome?
Like plus 5,000.
He is. But if Boston's going to win, they're going to have to keep that score low. And I think that plays into the hands of a defense. And so hopefully they get their defense together. I'm giving it to Marcus Smart. Show them what you got. Show them the reason you got Defensive Player of the Year, bud.
I love it. I was gonna slide a couple extra bucks on Marcus Smart. So Jay Gray, you might have just sold me right there.
It has to be Steph for me. The one good thing working in just the superstition of the world. I put early money down on Steph to win MVP, like before the playoffs started. So I think I win I can't remember if I put down like $4, but I think I win like 120 if he's named MVP. But my betting has been atrocious. So based on my betting history, this probably doesn't hit either. But I'll stick with it. I think it's the Steph Revenge Tour. It just has to be.
Yeah, I don't have any hot takes either. I think Steph's the favorite. I think he's just going to get it done. I mean, we've kind of seen the final or the postseason so far, and Steph's been lights out. So giving it to him.
Yeah, for my prediction to go right, Celtics are winning, and they're winning because of Jason Tatum. Tatum is that dude. I think he might pull a Jimmy Butler and play every single minute if he has to, but he's going to find a way to get it done. My underdog, my sleeper pick, was either Marcus Smart or Al Hortford. If I can talk today, I can't. Either way, Celtics bringing home another banner. It's a wonderful year for the Celtics.
Honorary MVP Brad Stevens stepping down.
Dang.
Stepping down, but stepping up at the same time because he's still the GM.
Yeah.
That is true. That might be it. All right. Any other NBA talk we want to talk about?
I just wanted to use this opportunity to talk about the Pistons 2004. I'm just kidding.
Speaking of the Pistons, there's a college baseball team that I think you would fall in love with, Tim. The
Tell me
Tennessee
more.
Volunteers. They are the bad boys of college baseball. They're celebrating in their face. They're enjoying. They're bat flipping. They're jawing. Head coach is getting thrown out of ball games, and they keep on winning. They are a fun bunch to watch, and they are the number 1 overall 1 seed in this year's tournament. The other 3 1 seeds, Oregon State, Stanford, and Virginia Tech, round up the 1 seeds there. College Baseball World Series tips off here in a couple of days. I'm excited for it. This is the only time I watch college baseball is when it comes to the College World Series. You see a lot of good teams. There might be some sleepers like Campbell's University, ECU, a couple of North Carolina teams in there trying to make a fight and a run for it. Any thoughts on this year's College World Series?
Go Vols. Shoot, you had me sold.
They're a fun bunch, man. They're good.
Yeah, just the team that literally had 0 shot of getting in at the beginning of the season. I would like to give a shout out because I do have a few friends that attended and played baseball at this university back in the day. Hofstra University up in New York. They were picked preseason to finish dead last in their conference, and they came out and won the conference to land a berth.
Hey, let's go.
Congratulations, Hofstra. Shout out to the Weisheiser brothers. Congratulations. Hope you guys are able to make it down to Chapel Hill and see a game.
Yo, that'd be awesome. Let's go ahead and get the champagne ready and pop it for them. I'm here for it.
The pride. But
Let's
that
go.
being said, gobble, gobble, bitches. Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go.
I just love the random teams in this. And how about Georgia Southern? I mean, they're kind of Apps rivals, but
Yeah, 40-plus wins. They were dicing this year.
They've always had a good baseball program.
yeah, I know nothing about college baseball, but I'll take Georgia Southern. They seem like a good dog.
That's a huge dog, but I'm here for it.
No. Fail Southern. All day, every day. I don't know if you're doing any good for the Sun Belt. F you guys. Fail Southern.
The baseball series was in the news, not just for the good teams, but for the teams that got left out. There was a lot of talks of State, Clemson, and Rutgers being left out to dry here. State, if you remember last year, they're on their way to the national championship, got canceled because of COVID. Then you flash forward to their bowl game in football, gets canceled hours before kickoff. Then their women's team plays UConn in Bristol, Connecticut. Kind of got screwed. And now their team is like the first 4 out. And there's a lot of talks. NCAA has it out for NC State. I think that's just NC State fans being extra salty. But still, 36-21. You finished in a stacked ACC. You're in the ACC championship game. You lost to UNC. One hell of a season. Maybe they deserve to be in there. Flip side, Clemson, they had 9 wins over top 25 teams alone. Huge, huge season. They had 35 wins, 23 losses. So right there with State, just they had a better RPI than State. Once again, first 4 teams out. And then Rutgers. You get 44 wins, you don't make the tournament. 44 wins. The reason Big Ten conference kind of weak. Any thoughts on these teams being kind of left out to dry?
Yeah, so Clemson actually just fired their baseball coach within the last 2 hours. Monty Lee is out. He was previously coach at College of Charleston when App State would play them, but he is University of South Carolina roots, so I really have no time for him anyway. But yeah, so be on the lookout. There could be some names shuffling around, and especially if it being baseball, it will more than likely be a big name shuffled around to Clemson because that's one of the big sports that they pride themselves on.
Yeah. No, I think you're absolutely right. And they just got Roger Clemens' son. So, like, that's
Ooh, I didn't know that.
huge. Yeah.
Roids,
trash.
baby.
He's trash.
Let's go. Hey, can't win if you don't cheat, right? Right, Tim?
Cheat to win. That's my trivia strategy. Cheat to win.
You got to push boundaries. It's how you evolve.
I love it. Any other college World Series thoughts for us? I'm pumped to watch it. It starts next week. Get on this thing. I think it's going to be just a bunch of really good games. They're playing all across the country. I'm sure you can find a game within driving distance. Go tailgate it. Have some fun.
You're playing at Chapel Hill.
Yeah, exactly. Right down the road from me. Boys, we're road trip it. Let's go.
I think my favorite thing about it is it's in Omaha, Nebraska. It's just like, it's America.
How'd you say the name of that city again? What city is it in?
Omaha. Like Peyton.
Did anyone catch how he said it before?
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Omaha.
It's in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, Omaha.
Before we dive into 2 football topics here, Vinny wants to know who takes game 1 tonight. Avs, Oilers. I'm taking Avalanche. Avalanche setting the tone early.
Overrated. Oilers.
Connor McDavid silences.
Give me the Avs. I watched them. They scary.
Real scary. They've been scary all season, too. All right. Don't know if you guys saw this, but it's worth mentioning. Aaron Donald at peace if he does not play again. He's in contract negotiations right now, and he said, look, I'm okay with walking away. I'm 31 years of age. I have a ring. I'm probably the GOAT of defensive players, arguably, if not one of the best all-time NFL players. I can walk away. Now, yes, this is one hell of a negotiation strategy for him, but at the same time, he's got a point. He can just walk away.
Man, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's not an official retirement though. This is just hearsay.
Correct.
Or this is just I'm at
It's coming from
peace.
him. He was
Okay,
on
yeah, that's right.
I Am Athlete podcast or whatever. And basically said, hey, I can walk away anytime.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Parker, it's just like, I mean, he's due for an upgrade as far as his contract. I mean, who wouldn't be okay with going out on top unless you're friggin' Tom Brady? Like, and the thing is, the Rams are going to pay him. The Rams will get it done. But if they don't, a team will pay what he's asking for. It's Aaron Donald. So, like, he'd prefer to stay with the Rams, I think, at this point, and that's why he's saying, like, oh, I'm happy to walk away, but it'll be like a Gronk situation. Well, I shouldn't say Gronk. He can go play any other team because they will pay him money. So
Here's the question, though. What does he go play for another team? He just bought a beautiful home in Los Angeles. What do you have left to prove? Mom's taken care of. Dad's taken care of. Future generations are taken care of.
Yeah, and I don't know that he'd want to go somewhere. Obviously, he's the type of player. He's not going to go somewhere that's not a contender. That's not an immediate contender. So, yeah, and then I don't know. You got to wonder what his thought process would he feel like it's kind of a cheap way to do it. Like with the Rams, he's been there, from the bottom and watched it build up. Matt Stafford, got them where they needed. He probably realizes too that we're probably not going to repeat. Last year was kind of a fluke anyway because Packers got knocked out early, and we just had a cakewalk. So
Oh my word.
I don't know.
Bless your heart, Evan. Bless your heart.
I think we could totally see him play somewhere else.
No,
Sorry, go ahead, Jay Gray.
for him, I think about like how long have you been playing this game to be that good? You know,
Yeah.
he's what 31 now, Parker?
Correct.
He's got to be playing this game minimum 15 years. And that's a minimum. I'm thinking it's more 20, maybe even 25 years.
Probably.
So, I mean, you got guaranteed money. You proved your point. You did your thing. Maybe you got to think about the bigger picture. Maybe you got to think about, hey, it's not about me. Maybe it's about making sure I'm around for my family, right? Because that's a position that he's playing where there's a whole bunch of head blows. And I mean, he may not want to be taking that, like, yes, money's involved, but it still just might not be worth taking that extra step to put yourself in that sort of danger. So potentially you can't be around your family anymore. So, I mean, yes, I think it is a very good negotiating strategy, but having heard him talk, I do think it's not just about the money. It's about him wanting to do what's best for those that he loves in his life.
Exactly. Yeah. If I'm going to go risk my future, you better pay me handsomely for this thing. No, I think you're absolutely right. Because I think that, you know, for him, he's been lifting weights since he was 11 years old. Had a 12-pack benching 225 in middle school, just like, hey, nothing for him. He could go make a hell of money on TikTok or Instagram, Aaron Fitness or whatever he wants to call it. Make his own podcast. He could, I mean, honestly, he's made enough connections. He could do what the hell he wants. And he's going to be fine. Yeah. Other football news. This came out last week after our episode. Jimbo Fisher, Nick Saban, get a little chippy with each other. I'm here for it. SEC Media Day is here. It's arrived. These guys are sitting opposite of each other in opposite corners of the room, which is probably for the best. But SEC has been weighing in on this thing all day. Basically what happened, Nick Saban says, you know, hey, A&M has beat us in the recruiting class for the past 2 years. NIL deal has done something with it. They're pretty much buying their players. That's read between the lines. That's what he's saying. Jimbo Fisher says that man's the devil, mama. And he ain't no good for me. All right. And then Lane Kiffin, you know, Lane Kiffin, who worked under Saban, he likes to poke the fire and he sides with Saban. You know, Jimbo Fisher also worked under Nick Saban at LSU. So these trees run deep. These roots run deep. Eli Drinkowitz from Missouri, former App State coach, had a weird cotton candy story today. I don't know if you guys saw it, but basically it was like, yeah, I was with my wife and we're in Disney World and I got one bag of cotton candy. She looked at me. She goes, you're good at football, but you suck at parenting. You need to get 2 bags of cotton candy. And I was like, what does this have to do with Saban? I'm confused.
Everyone's like, all right, drink words, have fun. He's at his own table, kind of doing his own thing. It's like, all right,
candy.
you had your App State stuff. All right.
And then Kirby Smart, national championship winning coach, he said, yeah, Nick Saban sounds like Mickey Mouse on the headset, you know, kind of being a smart ass, being a smart aleck. We know Saban says a lot of 4-letter words there. What are your all thoughts here? Because I want to see this as a title fight. Get Raphael from my bookie. Let's get a cage match. Let Saban and Jimbo just go after each other.
I don't know that I'd want to be.
I hate Jimbo Fisher, so I'm a terrible person to ask. I literally loathe him. He's up there with Urban Meyer for me. He is a slime bag. I have no time for him. The way he left poor little Florida State, no time. I'm done with him. He can go take Jameis's crab legs because I bet he did it in the first place. So, Jimbo, get out of here. Get out. I have no time for you. F you, but you have one job. You have to beat South Carolina this year because nobody has time for them.
I love it. I'm here for it.
It's just weird. Like, what is this gathering? What is this space?
It's the SEC media. Yeah.
The
Media
SEC media. It's like, I don't know that I'd want to be a fly on the wall in this meeting, but I'm kind of curious, like, what in the world is going on? Just all these coaches together.
I would love to be in that meeting, especially like Brian Kelly, who's just this new guy there, come from the Catholic school in Notre Dame. Like, oh, is this how you guys talk to each other down here?
They still got Devin's guy, Coach O. Is he
No.
down there, or is he?
No,
where
he's
he,
No.
he's an analyst for somebody.
Oh, dadgum.
Oh God.
That'd been great if he's down there. That just adds like a whole other element.
No, Brian Kelly's coaching at LSU. He replaced Coach F.
That's right. That's right. Oh yeah, and he's just doing the gritty with all the recruits that end up going to Bama.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tim, I feel like you got some thoughts on this.
I mean, I just don't get it. Like, no one's going to come out unscathed. I'm sure they both have dark pasts. I don't know. It's kind of humorous. Like, there's definitely a bone to be picked, and this was the bone that was picked, and now apparently Jimbo is going to die on it. But this is what we expected with the NIL. Like, people were going to either use it for recruiting purposes or pin excuses on NIL. And I'm honestly surprised that Saban was the first to kind of publicly just say it. But I'm sure Saban has made some loopholes and found those loopholes in the past. I'm sure there are NIL implications with the recruiting class of A&M. Like I don't know why he's so, bent out of shape over it. Well, I'm sure he's got a peacock a little bit, to the star of football. What are you,
Yeah.
God? You God?
Yeah.
like Jimbo is going off. But yeah, I think Parker, I see this as like a celebrity death match. Like, I'd like to see both of them in the ring and just like, put on some pads and just duke it out.
I'm here for that. Set them up Oklahoma drill, and after that, it's just all no holds barred. Just go after each other.
Yeah.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. That both these guys, they're not perfect. They're not angels. They ain't God. They got a dark past, and the more you yell at each other and get after each other, the more that dark past is probably going to come out. And Saban said today that, like, I didn't directly say A&M was buying their players, but it's like, yes, you did. Like, don't backtrack. Yes, you did. But I look at it. Why the hell would you go to College Station? There's nothing there unless you're paying me a shit ton of money. Because, like Jay Gray, I'm not a big fan of Jimbo Fisher. I don't think he's this goat of coaching like Saban is. He's probably not going to win Natty. You better pay me a lot of money to come for A&M. All right. That's all the topics I have. Anything else for you guys? This is a short, quick episode.
Yeah, I got something. I appreciate you guys.
Oh,
Thanks for being here.
Oh. Well, I had some breaking news, but Matt's not on.
Oh,
Breaking news: Packers Pod Season 3, the return. And Matt's gonna be my guest before the London game. But I was also curious with Matt's footy picks. In the final, the soccer final, he called his shot.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool heavy favorites, spoiled by Real Madrid. I was just curious to hear Matt, but we'll hopefully get that next week. Get to pick his brain about he's an original Packers Pod listener, so I'm sure he'd be thrilled after the year hiatus to have the hashtag return of Packers Pod.
It's about damn time. I've been waiting for this, Fitz.
Yeah, I finally have one more year of Sundays off. It was the working Sunday that was killing me. So,
well, the pub's here to support you in that endeavor.
hard to be a pastor and a Packers fan. That's all I gotta say.
I can believe that. Pub Sports Talk fans, watchers, listeners, get ready for that. It's gonna be some good stuff. All right, random question before we get out of here. Somebody got one?
Are we doing a parlay or not?
Do you not want to lose money this
Yeah.
Oh, pub parlay. It's just been so damn bad for us
It has
that
been
I
bad.
start forgetting about it. All right,
This segment's gonna die.
no, I can't. Not
It's
until we're
dying. I
millionaires.
just feel it. It's like it's dying.
It'll
We need
never
one
die
good
like
one.
Little Scrappy. Never.
is Little Scrappy dead?
No, he doesn't die.
Oh, he's just not dead. Like, he won't die. Okay.
That's right. That's right. All right. So our pickings are pretty slim in the grand scheme of things. But we're making money. We're doing the damn thing. Let's do the pub parlay. What do we got?
I got money in the bank.
So I don't think you can make this part of the parlay, but potentially, if you can, I'm gonna take the upset in the match tomorrow. Mahomes and Allen over Brady and Rodgers.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. We didn't talk about that, and we can't make that a pub parlay, but we can put some money
You
on that
cannot?
for tomorrow.
Okay, I'll
But
look up something else then.
I'm really excited for that golf match. The young guns taking on the old heads.
It's gonna be nighttime our time. I think it starts at like 6 our time, so we should be able to watch it.
That's awesome. I'm excited. All right,
Do we just need to pick a day?
Yeah, what day?
I'm feeling Saturday. But how do you guys feel?
Mm.
I can do
Hmm.
Saturday.
I was
Yes,
gonna do Friday or Sunday.
Yeah, I guess we can make it work, but
Yeah.
sad pandas over
We
here.
we can
Dang
make.
it.
Hey, honestly, if you guys got a baseball pick, we can make any work because Sunday we have the
Mhm.
NBA game, Boston Golden State, and then NHL we have Friday and Saturday matchups. So
Mhm.
we're good either way. So if you guys have a particular baseball pick you want, pitching matchup, whatever it might be, let's do that.
I'm good for Friday or Sunday, but I can
Can we do Sunday?
Sunday, perfect. Let's do it.
Sunday.
I'm gonna pick a shoe in for you guys, so don't F it up.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take the Aces, the
No!
Vegas Aces over the Wings.
Good
Is that what
pick.
you're gonna take?
Good pick. Yeah.
Is that what
Jay
you're gonna
Gray,
take?
I just
Oh,
knew
feel
it.
so smart.
We're on the same wavelength tonight.
We are. It's great. This is fun.
Hmm.
I love it.
I gotta look for something.
Some WNBA action for you, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aces have been hot. Did they just win the WNBA championship or are they runners up?
They won it 2 years ago when they had Bill Lambier as their coach.
Hell yeah.
He's so lame though.
Wow.
Now they have Becky Hammond, who's so much cooler.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool.
This certainly throws a wrench into my plans.
Were you really gonna take that?
Yeah,
Wow.
I had
Great
I had
minds,
everything
great minds.
everything pulled up already, and I was ready for it. Let's
Great
see.
minds.
I know. I cannot. I'm looking at Rangers Lightning, but I just cannot.
All right. I'm going to hop in there. Saturday, I'm taking Edmonton over Colorado. It's the first home game in Edmonton. That place is rocking. Yes, Avalanche are going to win the series. I think Edmonton steals game 3.
That's a good pick.
Wow, they're up right now,
Hey.
1-0.
Yeah.
Do any of you want to ask Cooper if he wants to go to the BAR?
To the BAR.
Hey, Coop, you want to go to the bar?
Oh,
He's locked and
You want
loaded.
bar?
does he know that word?
Oh, he
Hell yeah, he
loves the
does.
bar.
That's so funny.
He's a good boy.
I'm gonna go for the tried and true. We're going Houston over Chicago on Sunday.
Astros have been dealing Chicago Cubs or White Sox?
The White Sox.
White Sox, good. You said Saturday or Sunday?
Ooh.
Sunday.
Sunday. Perfect.
Can I do well, yeah, I guess we can do Sunday. I'm gonna take it. It might make you guys a little upset. I'm gonna take the Celtics game 2.
No, it doesn't make me upset at all.
I think they even the series. I think Warriors win the first one and Celtics even it.
It made Cooper upset. He didn't like that.
Sorry, Coop.
He's whining now.
Koopy Coop.
Okay. Cooper is also a Boston fan.
Hell yeah. My man. All right. Now it's our random question time. Pub parlay will never die, Fitz. Till we run out of money, which we're getting close.
What is everyone's spirit animal? But
Ooh.
we have to decide for each other.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
good. This is like Harry Potter Patronus,
Or
right?
dog. Like, well, kind of. Or we could do dog like they did on Parks and Rec. That's a good one too.
Mm,
I like spirit animal.
Okay.
okay. Okay. I like picking for other people. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Can I go first? All right. I'm going to choose Tim. Tim, I think you are an owl
Mm.
All right. Can I ask why?
because you're like, I think you're relatively wise. You always come spit out all these facts that people are just kind of like, huh, there we go. And you look like, you know how owls can turn their heads in circles? You kind of like look behind the scenes to come up with rationale for your choice.
Wow. I like
I
that.
like that.
Ooh, ooh.
All right, Tim, you're up. I think that's how this works.
All right. I feel like I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I feel like Parker is a kangaroo. Parker, I've been hit by Parker several times. Parker can punch. He'll knock the snot out of you, but he's a loving marsupial who will carry you in his pouch if you get scared.
It's true.
Parker the kangaroo.
I'm here for it. I like it. I've never been called a kangaroo in my life, but just because that, I love it. All right. Fitz. This might be cheap. This might not be creative as these other two have been. But I'm gonna say you're a golden retriever, baby. You're my air bud. You're loyal. You're honest. You always come to work. You bring your lunch pail every day. And then you're just a good hangout. Just a good dude. Put you up on the tailgate. We'll crush a couple of drinks. We're headed to the next thing. I love it.
I just love hanging out
Hell yeah.
like a golden retriever. Yeah, that's perfect. Jay Gray,
I'm really
You-
nervous.
I think you're an otter because I think
Ooh.
otters are like they're like really playful and like they just look like they just have like the most fun time, but they're also really they can be tenacious. They can be like really they can come at you, which maybe that's like Jay Gray the teacher, or like when I go against Clemson and it kind of like comes out. But overall, it's like from a playful point of view. It's like even though
They also
there's
like to sunbathe,
yeah,
and I'm about that.
they also hold hands so they don't float away. So I don't know if you and Brian just like hold hands all the time.
No, we hate holding hands.
Float away.
Float away. Yeah.
He's a sweaty dude, man. We hate holding hands.
Oh,
I can see that.
yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, that was a hell of a question,
Good
Jay.
question.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
nice.
Cooper,
Listeners-
Cooper reminded me.
Cooper,
Good question.
what a good boy.
So that's our Patronus, right? Like when I do the Expecto Patronum,
Yeah.
I have a retriever now. Like that's my
Yeah.
Hmm.
Biting kneecaps.
a kangaroo would be a really fun Patronus.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Parker be hopping around and punching the hell out of people.
I'm gonna be making useful tools out of rocks.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I love it. All right. Hey, one hell of a show. Listeners, watchers, let us know who you think our spirit animals are. Who do we miss? Who got it right, wrong? Who Devin are, who Matt is. Let us know.
Mm.
And we'll catch you guys next Tuesday for a great episode. Go check out Earthfed Muscle. Not official sponsorship, so this is a free shout out. But go check them out. Tell them Pub Sports Talk sent you. And let's try to connect and get some otter shaking hands there. And we're not going to let them drift away from us. Have one hell of a time. We'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Have a wonderful time. See ya. And a bet go well.
Hey, that got better, Fitz.
I was
That got a lot
ready.
better.
Devin and
It's
Matt.
better than Matt's southern accent. So
Oh,
Yeah.
That sort of accent was
Yeah,
terrible.
but-
Popping
Yeah,
bottles.
pop it, Fitz.
Pop it fits.
Twisty.
Oh!
I'm just going to go out and say it. Joey Chestnut has to be on the pub. I feel like Matt would be
Has
a
to be.
koala bear. I mean,
Has to be.
Not again. How's the
He
journey?
has to
I
be.
think
Especially in
Devin's like a
September, it's like one of the hottest.
Ooh,
athletes
yeah,
in the world.
Rhino.
So you want to talk about putting a team
Yeah.
on your back? Luca is Larry Bird reincarnated.
I fucks
This
with the
man
Spiders,
might get
though.
it.
Playing with baseball, but it has different rules
Also,
that go along with it that
Fucks
kind
with
of
Earth.
go behind our underlying theme of getting fans involved, keeping fans.
If I catch it
interested.
in my beer, does that still count?
10 seconds.
Yo, Tim, somebody put 2K down on Jameis Winston to lead the league in passing yards, and I'm 100% sure it's you.
Dude, if I had 2K to do it, I would. Jameis is going to light it up this year.